Hi everyone, welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Joy Ruben. I'm coming to you with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness today. Make sure you get your props, so either a blanket or a towel. If you have blocks and a yoga strap, you can get them. Welcome. Just take a moment to set up, and if you want to write a little message in the chat box to let me know you're here, I would love that. It's so exciting for me to see who I'm sharing this with. I think I'll see it too if you click up the heart or the little thumbs up. So welcome. Get your props, a blanket or a towel. If you have yoga blocks and a strap, you can grab them. Otherwise, you could get a scarf or a belt from your pants. Couch cushions or books for blocks, and we're going to get started. All right, so once again, I'm Joy Ruben with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness, coming to you with Gentle Yoga, and I'm going to share a poem with you before we begin. God guard me from the thoughts men think in the mind alone. He that sings a lasting song thinks in a marrow bone. Yeats. I'm sharing that to encourage us all to get out of our heads, into our bodies for this next hour together. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You can lift your hips by sitting on a blanket or a towel folded, even a pillow. Just sit comfortably. That's what matters as we settle in. So prop yourself up if you like, and your legs can be crossed in easy pose, or if it doesn't feel good like that, you can extend them out in front of your body. And once your body feels settled enough, just rest your hands to your lap, close your eyes softly or cast your gaze down, and we're going to start by observing the breath, by coming right into the body that way. So there's no need to change your breath or control it. Let your body breathe naturally and feel the process, feel the movement. You may feel your heartbeat. Allow yourself to settle in and feel yourself breathing to start. So it's that sense of connection to breath that will carry us through all of the poses, the asana. And as you feel yourself breathe, become aware just to notice, scanning your body for sensation and just noticing what's in there. Tightness, perhaps fatigue, maybe a feeling of strength. Scan your body just to notice as you breathe. And as you continue to breathe into your belly, now just notice what's there in your energy, your energetic state. Maybe you're anxious or hyper. Maybe you're bored or irritated. Maybe you're enamored. Just notice what's happening without judgment or attaching to it, just seeing what's there. And then lastly, as you breathe, just notice, look into the room of your mind, what's there, without judging it, noticing. Great. And then come back to fully focus on your breath, coming into the body, and that's our sanctuary. As we move through the poses, creating space to feel our bodies, to be in our bodies, to allow our bodies to be. Great. We're going to start now. Start with moving and just let your breath Stay fluid. Chin comes down, and then right back up. Slowly, gently lift your chin all the way towards the ceiling. Look up, drop your head back, open your throat, open your mouth. Head to neutral, and then chin down to chest. Shoulders relaxed, spine tall. Chin through center, head drops back, throat opens, chin lifts. And one more time, head through center, chin down to chest. Good. And then start to circle. Lift your chin up towards the ceiling, around, and sweep your chin down across your chest. And keep these circles going in one direction. Breathing naturally, sitting comfortably. Legs can be crossed in easy pose or stretched. Open out in front of you. And start to circle the other direction. Letting your breath relax and release. Good. Relax your chin down towards center of chest and then lift your head all the way back up. Take your fingertips towards the floor on either side. Inhale and sweep your left arm high towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, come over into a side bend, and we're just going to hold in the side bend for a few rounds of deep, easy, gentle breath. Then you can look straight ahead of you. If the neck feels tight, it can be nice to just look down and relax the gaze. Or for a deeper opening, tuck your chin to your chest and then sweep your gaze up into your lifted elbow. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, both arms down. Inhale, right arm lifts, sitting tall. Exhale, over into the side bend. Settle your gaze. Deepen your breath. And keep your hips really grounded. Feel that floor, mat underneath you. One more deep breath. Inhale up to center. Exhale, relax your arms down. We're going to flow a little bit as we stretch, as we warm up. So take your left arm across your body. Inhale, just sitting up. As you exhale, come forward and reach the arms around. Ground your left hand. Inhale, open to center. Exhale, come down. Reach around. Inhale, coming up. Buoyant. Just like that. Exhale, down. Heart towards the earth, reaching the arms out and around, grounding, hand to earth, inhaling, lifting. Good. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, ground, and buoyantly float up. One more. Exhale, down. Reach the arms forward as you come around. Grounding your hand. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Good. Exhale, both arms down. Take your fingers towards the space in front of you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, take your belly down towards the earth and bring your hands to the floor. Legs can be crossed in easy pose. Legs can be opened in a wide V. We're going to settle in here for a few rounds of breath. Feel your palms on the earth, on the ground. And you can just look right down so that your head is in line with the rest of your spine. In the body. Walk your hands to center, sitting up. If legs are crossed, we're going to cross the other way, other leg in front. And then turn your spine gently in the direction of your right knee. Inhale, center, hips heavy. Exhale, belly towards thigh. Hands crawl out as much or as little as you like. And we're going to take a long stretch over the right thigh. Hips heavy, legs grounded. Noticing what's happening in your experience in body, energy, mind, without grasping to those things while staying rooted into the breath. How deeply can you breathe here in this pose? Hands to center, spine to center, over to the other side. Inhale and lift a little bit, lengthen out, give yourself room, and then exhale, belly towards thigh, arms reach out, settling in, hips heavy. Can you feel your breath down in your belly? Can you feel your breath in the back of your lungs? Your lungs, as you inhale, expanding into your back body. And hands back to center. Walk your hands in, sitting up to neutral. Good. We're going to come up to hands and knees, so we will do some work on our knees. It's good if you like to put a blanket or a towel underneath for a little bit of extra cushion. Come into tabletop, line your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders, fingers wide apart. If it's too uncomfortable on the wrists, you can try fists or come right down to forearms. Then, with an inhalation, lift your tailbone to the sky, drop your belly down, push to the earth, lift your chin in cow pose, and then as you exhale, push to the earth, arch your spine high, hang your head in cat. Inhale, tailbone tilts to the sky, belly drops down, chin lifts in cow pose. Exhale, push to the earth, arch your spine high, hang your head in cat. Keep going, inhaling, cow, and exhaling, cat. Come to neutral, and just for a minute, we'll settle to child's pose. Your knees can be wide if you like. Knees can touch all the way together if you like. Arms reach out in front, or if that doesn't feel good, you might like a pillow with the hands. Taking a moment to reconnect with the simplicity of the practice. Feel your breath. Feel the shape of your body. Great. So come on up to tabletop once again. And then when you're ready, come and stand right up on your knees. So if you need more cushion, go ahead and grab something to support yourself underneath your knees. Hands come to the waist just for a little bit of balance. Tuck your left toes to the earth and then use that as a kickstand to extend your right leg out onto your mat. Toes face forward. Relax your arms down. Take your right hand towards your outer right thigh. Inhale your left arm up. And then as you exhale, nice and easy, reach over to a side bend, and we'll hold here for a few rounds of breath. So it's the same side bending motion that we just did a few moments ago while we were seated. If it's too deep to lift the arm high, you can try taking your hand to your shoulder. If your arm is lifted and this would feel good, take a few full circles. And if you're circling, we'll come back into the stretch. Inhale to center and exhale, release. So from where you are, take your hands back down to the earth, just like in tabletop with fingers wide. And your right leg starts to sweep to the space behind you. You can first tuck the toes to the earth, and if that feels good, stay there. Or if you'd like to lift your leg, then you can lift. Looking down to the mat, really push your energy out and back through your outstretched foot. And then bring that knee to the earth, toes tuck. Come to child's pose if you want to rest. If you want more heat, toes are tucked, knees lift, push into the hands, hips come high, head hangs. If you're in downward facing dog here, look back, see your feet. Feet are parallel. Rotate your arms so your elbow creases turn towards the front of your mat. Fingers gripping the earth. And if you are in downward facing dog, gently lower the knees and come to a comfortable child's pose. We'll all meet in child's pose. Your choice, legs wide or narrow, arms out in front, or a pillow, or anything else that feels comfortable and supportive. And just notice your body, how your breath is, how anything might have shifted already as we move more and more. And again, come up to tabletop. Crawl your hands back till you can stand on your knees, hands to the waist. Tuck your toes behind you, have that little kickstand, and extend, this time, your left leg out to the side, toes face front. Relax your arms, take your left hand towards your outer left thigh, inhale your right arm up, exhale over into that side bend, and we'll hold here for a few breaths. So you can look straight ahead, down, or tuck your chin and sweep your gaze up, whichever feels best for you. 2 more full breath cycles here. And if you like the arm circles, now bring them in. Come back into your pose if you're circling the arm. And with an inhalation, come to center, and exhale, gently relax. Bring your hands now to the floor in front of you. And remember, like before, we sweep the outstretched leg towards the back. So for extra support, keep your foot on the ground. Stay there. But if it feels all right and you prefer, lift that leg and push. Use your strength, your energy to push out and back through your outstretched foot. At the same time, pushing down to the earth through your fingers, spread wide, gazing down. And then relax the lifted knee to the earth. And like before, either settle into a child's pose or come and lift, settle into a downward facing dog. Whatever you pick, feel your breath as you inhale deeply and exhale fully. Good. And then let's meet in tabletop. Flatten the tops of the feet, and again, come to stand on the knees. We're going to flow a little bit here between a soft camel pose, and a downward facing dog or a child's. So let's start together. We're going to lift the arms, palms face one another. Take your hips forward a little bit, and then lift through your sternum, looking up towards where the wall meets the ceiling. Breathe here. So now take your hands to the earth, and if you'd like to rest, come into child's pose. If you'd like a little more heat, come into downward facing dog. We'll hold for a couple of breaths in each expression. Wonderful. On to hands and knees. Standing on the knees. You can keep your toes tucked behind you as we flow. Arms lift, hips push forward, sternum lifts. Breathing fully. Great. Transitioning either to child's pose or downward facing dog. Whatever feels best for you now. A few breaths here. Back to hands and knees, moving mindfully, gently. Toes tucked, arms lift, hips push forward, heart lifts high. A few breaths in a gentle camel pose. Back to center, hands down to the floor. And we're going to push ourselves back to squat for a moment. And then when you're ready, start to straighten out your legs. Heel toe your feet towards the edges of your mat. Bend into the knees. And drop your spine and head in a ragdoll fold. Arms can touch the floor through the hands. They can just hang. You can grab opposite elbows and rock and sway. So a few moments letting the spine go. And then come to center, relax your hands towards the floor or towards your shin or your blocks, and we're going to shake the head. Good. So if you have your blanket, you can fold it and move it, and then hands towards your shins. We're going to crawl, hands up legs, unwinding the spine to come and stand. Great. So once you're standing, we're going to loosen up a little bit before we come into some poses. So legs sturdy underneath you, about hips width distance. Roll the wrists. And other direction. Arms down, roll the shoulders back. And we'll do the other direction. Roll the shoulders forward. Good. Hands towards thighs. We're not pressing on the knees here, but we're going to circle the knees, both around in one direction. And then the other. Good. Come to stand. Hands to the waist. Roll one ankle, just nice and easy, keeping your toes on the floor for support. Roll the other way. Ground both feet. Other leg circling the ankle. And the other direction. Fabulous. Take your feet a little wider now. Bend into the knees, and the hips are going to circle. Don't worry, you're home. I can't see you if you're feeling shy as we circle the hips. And the other way, hip circles can be as small or big as feels good for you. Breathing fully, letting your breath be liberal and relaxed, being generous with your breath. Okay, come to center. The arms hang heavy. We have a little bit of a wide stance, and the movement is in the center of the body. Just pull your belly in a little bit, and then a soft turn from side to side. The arms just flop and flow. Hearing all the little pops as your body releases. Okay, great. So let that go. Come to stand at the front of your mat. Look down and see that your feet are parallel, about hips width distance, straight up and down through the bones of your legs. We're going to warm up a little bit here. Inhale, sweep your arms high to the sky. Exhale, arms come out and with a flat back come down to the earth. Hands to the shins, the blocks, or the floor. Inhale, lengthen your back like a table. Exhale, fold down, bend your knees now, hang your head. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling up. A few breaths to come up. Good. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, arms come out and down, flat back, fold. Hands to shins, blocks, or floor. Inhale, lengthen your back, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. And take a few natural breaths as you round your spine up to stand. As you round up, your shoulders and head are the last that lift. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, flat back, fold down. Hands ground either to shins, blocks, or floor. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold down, bend the knees. And a few natural breaths as you roll your spine. Shoulders and head are the last to lift. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, arms lift high. Exhale, flat back, fold. Hands ground. Inhale, lengthen out your back. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, and breathe naturally as you roll up to stand. Wonderful. Step your left leg back and then turn towards your left so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Good. Stretch your arms out. Toes face the long edge of your mat. Inhale right here. And as you exhale, we're going to fold forward. Tiny bend in the knees, just tiny micro bend. Exhaling, coming forward. Hands come to the earth or to your blocks or whatever you're using. And we're going to settle in. Let your head be heavy. Hands where they're comfortable. They could be directly under your face. They could reach far out in front. And now, settle your hands underneath your face. We're going to shift the weight and warm up the legs a little bit. So as you inhale, bend into your right knee. Just nice and easy. Inhale. And then exhale, come over to the other side. Bend into your left knee. Just like that. Inhaling, bending to one side. Exhale, bend to the other. Just a few times back and forth at your own pace. Moving with your breath. And if the floor feels really low, even with those props I mentioned, you can get a chair in front of you, my imaginary chair, or you can just stand if the bend is too deep. Good. And then come to center. Take your right hand to the floor underneath your face. Extend your left arm out from your shoulder, parallel to the floor. We're going to push down through the right hand and just turn your head to look at your outstretched arm. A few breaths here. The spine is long. A soft twist. Exhale, come down to center. Settle your left hand underneath your face. Stretch your right arm out from the shoulder, parallel to the floor. Push down into your left hand and turn your gaze to the direction of your right hand. A few full breaths. As you exhale, come down to center. Bend your knees, take your hands to your thighs, and push yourself all the way up to stand. Take a minute here, allowing yourself to orient from the forward fold to standing. Feel your breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the edges of your body. Good. So now we're going to set up for triangle pose. Rotate your right leg 45 degrees in towards center and rotate your left leg 90 degrees towards the short edge of your mat. I want you to take your awareness to your left knee, and in triangle pose we're going to have a micro bend. So micro meaning very tiny. You can hardly notice it. So it's not a deep bend like that, like in a warrior pose or a lunge. It's not locked like a flat surface. Tiny micro bend, fabulous. Bring your right hand towards your right thigh. Inhale, take your left arm up, and then as you exhale, over, similar to the side bend we've been working with. And again, either look down towards your back foot, center, or tuck your chin, and look up. Some deep breaths, feet strong to the earth. Great. And then come up to center. Open your arms wide. So for a really gentle triangle pose, all you have to do is rotate your arms. And you don't have to move your torso very much at all. If that feels good for you today, then go to that variation. So from center, it's just a little rotation of the arms. If you'd like to go deeper, the hips shift back, reach forward through your left hand, and then the arms rotate. A few deep breaths. Opening through your chest. Rotating your heart up towards the sky. Good. Inhale, lift, push down through your feet to come up. Exhale, relax. Right where you are, shake it out a little. Triangle pose is one of those, I find, very focused pose. So it's good to just shake it out a little bit. Okay, rotating through center. We're going to set up on the other side. Left leg rotates in 45 degrees. Right leg 90. Hips, belly, chest, shoulders stay squared to the long edge of your mat. The front heel draws a line towards the middle of your back in step. Arms extend, and for that simple triangle, just rotate the arms. For the deeper expression, pull your hips back in space, reach through your front hand, and then the arms rotate. Decide where your gaze feels good, down, center, or up, and deepen your breath. Aware of sensation, energy, thoughts, letting them come and go without judgment, without attachment, but practicing a noticing, a witnessing. Good, push through your feet. Inhale to come up, exhale. And shake it out, bringing the feet together. Next, we're going to do some standing balances. So you can stay right on your mat, or you might like to come over to the wall and have it behind you or onto your side. See what feels good for you as you set up. So once you're set, we'll start into Tadasana, legs, feet, ankle bones straight up to the knee bones, straight up the thigh bones, into the pelvis. Hands to prayer pose. Shift your weight into your right leg and take your left foot to cross at the ankle. Grounding your left toes and maybe the ball mound, just the beginning of the ball mound of your left foot. And then once you're set there, you're going to bend into the knees. So it's kind of like a little curtsy, and both feet are touching the floor. Hands can stay at the heart, or lift your hands a little bit higher than your forehead and squeeze your elbows and your forearms together. Breathing deeply. 2 more deep breaths here. Lifting the elbows off the chest if you're taking that variation. Great, and mindfully come out, back to center neutral. Hands to heart to begin. Weight shifts into left leg, and the right heel comes to cross over. Both feet touch the earth. Bend that back knee into that little curtsy, and hands either at the heart or arms lift, forearms press, elbows lift. A few deep breaths. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Just one more breath cycle. And then come to neutral. Mindfully moving in and out of the poses. We're going to play with that. Variations on eagle pose. Either keep the same as we just did or evolve with me to another expression. So we shift the weight, and if you're staying with the first variation, you know where you're going. If you're trying the next, we cross high as if you're sitting in a chair, and then same idea, we bend the back knee. Hands could stay at the heart, or just like before, hands lift, elbows squeeze. Deep breaths. And come out embodied. Stay in your body as you move out of this pose. Great. So for the other side, and remember, you can use your wall, use something for more support. The first variation is a cross at the ankle. The second variation is a cross up above the knee. We bend the back leg. Hands either stay at the heart or lift. Elbows squeeze together. Breathing fully. Squeezing legs together and start to come out. Back to mountain pose. So find mountain pose, reach your hands down, palms face front, tuck your ribs in a little bit so they're not jutting out. Stretch up through the crown of your head and close your eyes if you like. A few breaths in mountain pose, feeling, sensing, breathing. Good. So our eyes start to open. Bend the knees, drop the backside, torso is high, and extend your arms, palms facing one another out in front. Weight is towards your heels. Thighs are working as if you're squeezing a block between them. A few more rounds of breath. And we're going to flow a little bit of chair. So as you inhale, come to stand. And as you exhale, back down to chair pose. Inhale, come to stand in mountain. Exhale down to chair. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chair, making it your own. So you can sit as much as you like. You can reach your arms as much as you like. Inhale to center. The last time here, exhale, chair. A few breaths. All right. Inhale, stand, reach to the sky. Exhale, flat back, arms come out and down, fold to the earth. Head heavy. And we'll hold here, standing forward fold for a few rounds of breath. Sitting bones are reaching to the sky. Spine is like a waterfall over and down. And trust your intuition, what's right for you. Either come back to downward facing dog or back to child's pose. If you're going down dog, palms flat, step the feet back, push into the hands, send the hips high, hang the head, feet are parallel. Child's pose, hands to the earth, come down to hands and knees, push the hips back towards the heels, and settle in. So whatever you've chosen, commit to feeling and focusing on a few breath cycles. If you're in downward facing dog, come join us in child's pose. And from child's pose, start to push into your hands to lift your torso. Sit down to one side and stretch the legs out in front. Legs out in front. Flex the feet so toes reach towards the sky. You may want to shift a little till you feel really grounded through your sitting bones. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, belly towards thighs. Hands to the earth, either to your mat, to your legs, to your feet. And line your head up with the rest of your spine. If you can feel that, feel into your spine from your tailbone all the way into the base of your skull. And we'll hold for a few more rounds of breath. Aware to open across the front of the chest. Great. And then sit flat back all the way up. Feet are still flexed to the sky. Take your left hand across your body to your outer right thigh. right hand behind you towards the floor. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, pull your belly in and start from your belly, twisting towards your right. Belly, ribs, shoulders, if it feels good. Neck, head, and eyes. You can close your eyes if you like. Sitting tall, holding for a few more rounds of breath as you inhale and exhale. Take your head to center, relax your shoulders, relax your belly back to center. We're going to set up on the other side. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, belly pulls in, starting from the belly, twisting belly, ribs, shoulders, neck, head, eyes if you like. One more full breath cycle. Inhale and exhale. And take your head to center, shoulders, belly. Good. Now open the legs wide and just shake them out a little bit, helping them acclimate. We're going to lean back into the hands, take the feet onto the floor, and we did this last week as well, a little sway. It can be full with knees reaching the earth. It can be a softer version with knees staying high. Breathe naturally as you flow your legs. Let it feel good. Move in a way that feels good. And then back to center, back to the wide V. Hands reach in front, feet flex to the sky. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, take your belly towards the earth. Walk your hands out in front, taking your belly lower as you walk your hands further. And just settle into this wide-legged forward fold in a way that feels comfortable. Your spine can be long, or you can just let the head go. Whatever feels better. We're going to keep the kneecaps facing up towards the ceiling. Feet flexed. And make your back long. And from there, start to walk hands in, finding your spine tall and neutral. Sweep your legs together once again and come up near the front of your mat. So if you're way far back, scoot yourself up. And once your feet are near the front of your mat, step your feet onto the floor, knees bent. Squeeze your thighs together and either hold your legs, you can hold the shins behind the thighs, or reach your arms out in front. A gentle Navasana, boat pose. If you want more intensity, you can lift the legs off the mat, doing your best to keep your heart buoyant, but that's just an option, as is everything here in gentle yoga. Trusting your body. In boat pose, one more inhalation and exhalation. Relax arms down, outstretch your legs again. And we're going to come onto flat back. So if you want to put on your socks or sweater before we get down there, go ahead. And then for a challenge, roll yourself down, reaching your arms out in front. Or for just more support, use your arms, come right on down. And once you're on flat back, relax there for a moment. Don't have to go anywhere just yet. Just for a moment, see if you can release a little heavier to the floor. Let go of your shoulder blades into the ground. Let go of your pelvis into the ground. Good. So head is at center. We're going to go into happy baby. Take your knees towards your outer ribs and grab the front of your knees on your upper shins. So here's one option. Knees are wide without going too deep. If you'd like to go deeper, flex the feet, soles of the feet face the sky, and then reach up on the outsides of your feet and grab hold, bringing your knees down towards your armpits. So see which variation feels good. We have a simple variation, holding hands to shins, knees wide. A little bit of a deeper variation, reaching up, grabbing the soles of the feet, pulling the knees downwards. And take a few breaths. You might like stillness. It might feel good, to rock, massaging your back to the floor. And if you're rocking, or even in stillness, you may like to play, exploring sort of straightening and bending one leg at a time, moving with breath, moving from an embodied place. Come back to center, and then wherever you are, you're going to outstretch the legs, take the hands to the outer thighs, flex your feet, push out through the bottoms of your feet, and let gravity help you stretch in this reclined wide leg position. If hands don't feel good on the thighs, you can push your palms out to either direction like a big T, and that way we activate through the arms, or you can reach your arms overhead, creating space through the torso. Good. So now lift your legs together towards the sky. Take your hands down by your hips. Shift a little bit so you can tuck your thumbs underneath your lower back and backside. So we're just resting in a supported shoulder stand variation. You can relax your feet up towards the sky. Breathe fully into your belly. And then wiggle your hands out from under you. Open your arms to a T shape, palms to the earth. Bend your knees to 90 degrees. Drop your knees down towards the left, to the floor or to a pillow. Shoulders are heavy. Either look up towards the ceiling or turn your head to the right, away from your knees, to a deeper twist. If you like, you can take your hand to your top leg, applying some pressure, deepening further. Again, make the practice yours. Do what feels good. Come back to center with your head, outstretch both arms, pull your belly in a little bit to bring your knees up to center, and then over down to the other side, to the earth or to a pillow. Shoulders are heavy, looking either up to the sky or away from your knees. Settling into the twist any way that feels good for your body. Outstretch both arms. Bring the knees to center. Take your hands to your knees. And just for a moment, lift your shoulders, lift your head, come into a little ball. And then relax back down. Take your feet to the floor and see if there's any other poses or stretches or movements your body would like before we settle into resting pose. If there are other movements or poses, go ahead and take them. Or if you're ready to rest, start to settle in by lying flat on your back. A pillow could feel good underneath the knees. You might like to tuck yourself in with a blanket or place a folded blanket behind your head. And allow your body to have space as you settle into resting pose, corpse pose, Shavasana, so that on your back, your legs are spread wide apart out towards the bottom corners of your mat, and your arms are out from the sides of your body, space for air and energy to circulate. If Shavasana doesn't feel supportive, feel free to come into a fetal position or even sit up in an easy pose. So make yourself comfortable. And as you settle in, let go of the weight of your body even more. Relax your bones to the earth. Let go of all work. The muscles release. Soften your forehead. Unclench your jaw. Heavy, heavy your shoulders. And melt that heaviness down your upper arms to your elbow creases, down your forearms to your wrists, the palms of your hands, to the tips of your fingers, heavy, surrendered. Relax your chest. Soften your belly. Soften across your upper back, middle back. Soften low back. Heavy down the weight of your pelvis. Heavy hips. Heavy backside. And melt that heaviness down thighs, swirling at knees, down shins, calves, to ankles, soles of your feet relaxed, and toes relaxed. Let your whole body be heavy and soft, surrendered. knowing all is well in this moment. Full of breath. The amazing practice of yoga. Community. All is well. Embodied. Send an energy, an intention, or a thought of love and gratitude to your body. Your home, first and foremost. And as you rest, just become aware of the sounds you can hear. Feel your breath flow. And start to move again. Maybe small, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe big, full body stretching. Follow your intuition in your reawakening. And follow it to roll to one side and rest in a fetal position. And as you rest, I'll share a poem I read earlier again. God, guard me from the thoughts men think in the mind alone. He that sings a lasting song thinks in a marrow bone. By Yeats. That we're more than our minds, and we're more than our thoughts. We have this wonderful gift of embodiment and all the wisdom it comes with. In a way that feels easy, comfortable for you, come on up to sit. One hand to the chest and the other on top, cradling your heart space. And I'll invite you to sing with me the sound of Om, representing everything connected. And if you're joining in the song, I'll invite you to feel your vibration. Can you feel your chest vibrating with the sound? Inhale. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. It's so nice to join with you on Sundays for gentle yoga. Lana, Ken, Jillian, Kelly, Meg. So great to be with you all. Joanne, and anyone else who I can't see. Feel free to send me requests for poses or body parts, breath work, meditation, anything you might like in future Sundays. Thank you, Joanne. The reading came from Connections by Gabrielle Roth, and I'm here with you on behalf of Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. They have tons of other amazing and interesting classes, so be sure to check them out on Facebook or on their website. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.